Hey, what's up guys? It's Lorenzo, episode 11 of KSP Contracting, where we do the mandatory things like time warping forwards and tracking asteroids. I'm doing that now. Let's track this one here. That was already tracked, so no new deliveries, no deliveries, that's for sure. No new discoveries this series. That's easy. All we have to do is time warp forwards to day 200, day 300 actually. Before doing so, let's see if any of the asteroids that we are tracking have an intercept within that time. There's this one that doesn't have any intercepts at all. This one doesn't have any. This one does in 77 days. It's coming up, but it's not quite there. This one 63 days. This one here 64 days. This one here 39 days. So yeah, this is the target that we're going after probably. This is the MEV asteroid. Doesn't do anything. As VM, this one here, 66 days. So this YJW asteroid, this is the one we are probably going to intercept. It's going to enter the sphere of influence at, well, it's going to buzz by Kerbin at 11,000 kilometers, and it seems to be doing so at a reasonably equatorial plane. And can we tell from here whether that's going to be on the east or west side? I most certainly cannot. So what we're going to do about that, well, first and foremost we're going to time warp to day 300, because that's when we have our vessel prepped on the launch pad. And maybe at that point we can have a little bit of a clearer view of where this asteroid is going to come in as well. Oh, look at that, it's already in the sphere of influence. It just entered. Great. This makes it easy, well, relatively easy, to line up the ship with it. And let's have a look there. It is heading it's coming in pretty polar. So I think if we put a northward polar orbit, that's a good starting point. It's a good starting point. If and when the KSC is under that. So let's go ahead and move on to the KSC, and where we will use a asteroid grabber ship that was sent to me previously. You may remember that Jebediah is also still in orbit, awaiting a asteroid visitation mission, and he shall probably do so when that is required. He does not have a asteroid grabbing unit though, so depending on how well this goes, he might be deorbited or he might stay out there just in case something happens. Today we're going to use the KPRR Graboid. Beautiful name for a beautiful ship. Here it is. Not even going to pretend to know how many rockets there are on the bottom of this. There are quite a few of them. And the big asparagus stage, upper stage. It looks bulky, it looks capable, it looks awesome. So, oh, what the hell is this here? Lots of Separatrons. Probably an escape stage. Yeah, I'm guessing that's an escape stage. So who is going to do this? We will send out Hudbert Kerman. Asteroid connoisseur extraordinaire. That's, yeah. He has been designated that. He hasn't had any actual asteroid experience, but our space program has decided he's a connoisseur nonetheless. So while waiting for the loading screen, let's reflect on the beautiful holiday that is Easter. I know almost nothing about this because I'm a pagan or atheist or science guy, whatever you want to call that these days. Anyway, on to more important matters. Let's target this asteroid, set as a target. And we shall time warp forwards until we are sort of in plane with it. Let's see. I think that counts more or less. Yeah, that does it. And now we are on this side of the planet. We are on the opposite side of the planet as the asteroid. So if we launch in a northbound polar orbit, we should launch... No, wait, I have to do this properly. We are going to rotate that way. Yes, we are going to head north and west. Yes, a northwest polar orbit. Unfortunately, once again, even though we now have decent time warping capabilities, we are again restricted to a night launch due to, well, our requirement to properly do this. Yeah, we can't launch it on arbitrary time. That's what I'm trying to say. That's it and nothing else. So let's pitch over a little bit just to get that course going, so we can see, well, the brakes. I wanted to do the lights because there's lights on this ship. I want to get a beginning of a course setup so I can see the relative angle from this. Right. So are we in fact heading in the wrong direction? It seems that we might be. Oh no, we are still. This is still our trajectory this way because of the Coriolis effect. Nothing is going wrong so far. I don't think, at any rate. We shall see if nothing is actually going wrong or if I'm not actually thinking. If we go that way, yeah, everything should be fine. Everything should be fine. There we are. Oh, we have first stage separation, first asparagus bit. I'm not sure if that's fit to be called a proper stage, but well, off it goes anyway. So yeah, a big tough rocket that ditches pieces as it goes up, and unlike the last episode, this one is not shooting up into the sky like a bat out of hell. And I'm going to cut until we have something that resembles a trajectory, because it's dark and there's not a lot of interesting things to be seen here. I will reconvene with you once this big asparagus booster has fallen off, and then we can see how this top bit performs. So see you then. And here we are outside the atmosphere, boosting to finalize orbit, and the trajectory I managed to set up is not quite in the plane of the incoming asteroid, but it's 10 degrees off, which in a real-world mission would be devastating. But fortunately 10 degrees is very correctable in the Kerbal Space Program solar system, so we shall establish orbit and then correct that promptly. Let's see, we have an apoapsis of 90 kilometers going on here, and we have about reached orbital velocity. I will round that out, correct the inclination, and reconvene, show you what's going on when we are, when we're in a similar plane and have an encounter set up with the asteroid, or if something interesting happens before that. Right, so here we are in the plane of the asteroid with a trajectory that is going to, well, at least take it to the altitude that the asteroid will pass at. My maximum convenience, minimum efficiency rendezvous method now is to get to this point, plop a maneuver node here, and then tweak the orbit from this point. And of course doing it from here means that we will get back to that point, and the tweaked orbit will only affect the time that it will take to get back there, and of course the speed at which we will do so. With that I should be able to get an encounter. If it's exorbitant and more than like twice the period of the orbit, I will of course wait for the next orbit to do so. One problem is that one potential problem is that this upper stage is one big block. I had expected that to be asparagus stage as well, and we are through 2/3 of the fuel now, so I'm hoping that we can do so. We can rendezvous with the asteroid somewhat efficiently, and otherwise, well, we might not be able to nudge it into a captured orbit, which I had not stated, but is the intent of the mission, because then we can do subsequent missions to it to study it, which would of course be awesome. For now, though, let's see if we can rendezvous with it, grab it, and well, then we will see about doing things to it. There was one more thing I wanted to share with you, but I forgot about it. Oh yeah, the thing is that when you do a maneuver node and you click the check mark to take it away, at least on my end here, I can't do new maneuver nodes anymore. So that's a quick save and a quick load in quick succession to fix that. That's a bug, possibly. I'm not going to replicate that. I'm not on the test team anymore, so other people can do that for me. But well, a quick load and a quick save and a load will solve that if you do happen to run into that yourself. So I just thought to share that, and let's have a look here at this encounter planning. This looks reasonable actually. Let's see. A separation of 1,000 kilometers. I bet we can get that closer. Only 300 kilometers. Yes, this is good. 129, 25. Wonderful. That was easy. 335 meters per second, and I reckon the bulk of the delta V requirement will come when matching speeds with it. I'm going to perform this burn. It's some time warping, some burning, some more time warping, and I will check back with you once we have visual on the asteroid. So see you then. So the encounter has been set up. Quite proud of it. It's at 20 to 30 kilometers distant in 15 days. So none too soon that we did this. I could probably have waited a few of the smaller orbits, but I figured, well, most of the energy we're putting into this orbit will be useful in matching speeds with it. So what the hell, let's just do it. And let's just do it. So here goes the time warp round and round. Ooh, this is a rather large orbit already. Maybe there was some wasted efficiency. Anyway, this was the maximum convenience minimum efficiency method. So no regrets, no regrets. So here we go, throwing in a quick save in case we overshoot, but everything should be fine. And let's move on to the actual scene here. We are now 1500 kilometers away, and let's switch to target mode. Oh, it's only 400 meters per second. That's a very small difference. So rendezvous should be easy. That's good news. And we have yet to hit the periapsis here, so all is looking good for this mission. So here we go at a separation of 600 kilometers, and 400 meters per second is really close in terms of speed. Yeah, you can use close when talking about speed. That's what I was wondering about, in case you were wondering what my mumbling was about. That was a good sentence. Let's see. Oh, don't overshoot, and we should find it here somewhere. Really close. There we go. 26 kilometers. Now I'm using the RC. Now I'm pointed in the wrong direction here. So let's fix that. Fire those rocket engines, and let's go ahead and reduce that. Ooh. This is a lumbering beast. Docking with the asteroid shall be interesting. We have RCS though, and the grappling hook does pivot, so that should probably be fine. I'm going to cut this again because I want shorter episodes, because my internet's not that fast. I'm going to upgrade it, but for now I have to make do. So you will see the asteroid next when we are a fair bit closer. And here we are on approach. Hudbert has the first visual of asteroid YGAW990, and he's looking worried. But then again, he has been looking worried for the most of the mission. So mission control, i.e. me, is not putting as much significance to his expression of doom and gloom as other people might. And we can actually see the asteroid there. I'm going to pass it by at 27 meters per second, a positively sedate pace. And let's see how close we are going to get. Is the map view still useful for that? No, it's not. So we'll just assume that it's really close. And we shall zero out this velocity as soon as this number stops shrinking, at which point we'll point the ship towards it and, well, make the connection. So let's... Ooh, this is a pretty good approach. And contrary to last asteroid rendezvous attempt, which was more of a hit it in the face at a few kilometers per second attempt, this one appears to be going very smoothly. So that's good. Is the number going to stop decreasing? That's the big question. I think it's going to stop decreasing. There we go. Okay, let's point towards it. And now we have to be careful to, well, basically not crash into it, because we have to approach it at a speed that is, well, that we can slow down using RCS. So I'm going to go for 5 meters per second. I think this is an approach we could fine-tune with RCS. I hope so, at any rate. At least we can point the ship to the side and fire. Oh, Jesus, I'm talking way too much. Go on, slow down. That might have been overconfident. We're at 4 meters per second. That gives us 30 seconds. We're at 3. 100 meters distant. We're at 2 meters per second. That gives us 50 seconds. We should be fine. We're at 1 meter per second. That gives us lots of meters. Well, not lots of meters, but at least a few seconds. Let's see if we can get the vector to actually go to the target, using almost all the keys on the keyboard. So yeah, I wonder how my brain keeps track of them, because I did use them in the correct fashion, I think, because we are now sort of on target, not at 5 meters per second anymore. Yeah, that went well. Great. WASD to control the nose, and IJKL to control the attitude, and of course H and N to control forward and retrograde speed. Wow, I've actually felt like a Maverick Ace astronaut there for a second, wrenching this big hulk of a thing. Target the center of mass. I think we did that. Let's deploy the Grab-O-Matic. We should do that. Arm that. Arm the grabbing arm. Wonderful. And we shall dock with that asteroid, or I'll grab it shortly. It has lost its distance component. I'm going to reduce speed to 0.5 meters per second just to be sure. We have plenty of monopropellant remaining, and we shall, I think, witness the first... Oh, we have lights. Turn on the lights. Yes. Asteroid illumination. Whoa! That works really well. Nice. Let's flicker that. Gonna grab that asteroid. Yeah, I'm trying to think of an exciting melody. Didn't go into music, and I think it's good that I didn't. Right. Anyway, we have lots of lights. I still like the the strobing it on and off. I untargeted the astronauts by the asteroid. I untargeted that by accident. Let's slow down even more and grab that ever so gently. I think that worked. Yeah. I think that definitely worked. Target center of mass. And let's rename that asteroid. And we will attach a C for conquered. And we shall now attempt to do science. Let's see what our guy can do. Crew report. It's just a regular crew report. I think we have to go EVA to do astronauty stuff. No, still no asteroid specific things. Let's add another light to that asteroid. We could probably sample it, I think. Take sample. Ooh. Oh, sample from the specific asteroid while in space high over Kerbin. Oh, that's nice. That means we get an incentive to also take it in lower and take a sample there. Or we could take it on a ride anywhere, really. So... yeah, let's store the experiments and then get on board yourself as well. Right. So now, important things. We have to go about decelerating this into orbit, because of course we want that. So for that, of course, first order of business is to wait until we are in fact at our periapsis. So fortunately for that we have time acceleration. How much longer is that? 1 day. Oh, look at that, someone's home. That was my girlfriend coming home, and while mere seconds have passed for you, dear viewer, several hours and some meals and some quality time have passed for me, and that means where before time was plentiful, it is now very scarce. So we're going to have a look at orienting this asteroid, target the center of mass, and slowing that into a captured orbit, and then we'll leave the episode for there. So let's see about unlocking the pivot, and then ooh, yeah, that's the center of mass there, the purple thingy, and we want to point that at retrograde here and then fire it. So first, of course, is that pivot free now? Maybe I should just not use the SAS so much. This pivot doesn't give the impression of being very free to me, but oh yeah, it has to be, because oh yeah, look at that. It has to be because the orientation of the craft is changing with the orientation of the craft with respect to the center of mass is changing. That's what I was trying to say. Oh shit. This went wrong quickly. Oh, look at that. This asteroid is going nuts. I am going to free the pivot. See if we can arrest his rotation. Oh shit. I suppose it's a small miracle that we're even still attached to this. That did not go quite as well as it could have. So let's fire the engine, see if we can... What happens if we do that? Many things happen. None of them are good. We are in a captured orbit though. Sort of. Yeah, this is a spinning disco asteroid. Let's see if we can reduce that speed by a little bit more. Yeah, 684. This definitely does resemble a closed orbit. And this spinning mess of an asteroid, we are going to leave that for next episode, where we shall attempt to wrest control of it back and put it in a, well, a lower orbit. But at least it's captured now. That's good. So for now, thank you for watching. Sorry for the truncated episode, but it's best to release something and then something again than nothing at all. Don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time.